All right. Now, a couple of weeks ago, a guy called Gary from Tresham College asked me to come down here and have a chat with his students. So I'm actually here now. This place is enormous. It's a massive college. So we're here now, and I think they're all waiting in there. I think. Here they are. Fucking hell. Cue the intro. So this is it, we're here, we are at Tresham College in Corby, and Gary from GSH Electricals asked me to come in today just to have a chat with some of the students, just get a feel for what education's like now, because obviously when I did it like 10 years ago, a huge amount has changed. You know, there's just so much stuff has changed. So it's quite interesting actually, we're just going to go inside, have a look, and just get a feel for what do they do today when they take on an apprenticeship. So let's go in and have a look. So we're in here now, right? I've just come in and I've just met the head honcho here, Gary from the electrical department, right? And he's just given us a little tour, around. So I just thought we'd have a little, just while you're on camera here, just have a little look around, because when you think of college and stuff, you know, when I did my training like 15 years, because it was 15 years ago when I did it. And when I did it, honest to God, so much. It's incredible how much stuff has changed since I did it. I mean, we did it. I mean, they were still using blackboards. I mean, this stuff here, I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, this by the looks of it is painting, decorating and carpentry, I think. And this one here is quite cool. I mean, again, we had none of this, you know. I mean, they're doing brickwork here, and it's like proper, I mean, look, it's so cool. It is just how the industry has changed so much since when we were doing it, and how much it's come on, and that it's such a proactive way of learning. They're actually physically, it's hands-on doing it now, you know. We had none of this. It's incredible. This one is the most impressive out of all of them. Unfortunately, it's not electrical. They've got their own auto shop here. It is just incredible. We had, I know I keep saying it, we had none of this. And I don't even know where they're getting these cars from. They're like donated cars or something. I mean, none of them are brand new. But it's the fact they've still got, I mean, they've got working ramps and lifts and all snap-on tools. I mean, it's incredible. It's, you know, it's such a hands-on way of learning. I think it's fantastic, you know. And it just, for me, I don't know, for me it just shows how it's progressed over the course of just like even 15 years. It's not a long time, but how much it's progressed and how hands-on it's become is just incredible. So this is the electrical department. It's not, the inside of here isn't that, there's more tech here than when I had it, because I haven't been into a training college like this literally since I left. So there is more tech here, but it's the same principle. You get given a booth, it's the same as what I had. You get given a booth. The main difference is Gary from GSH. Honestly, the enthusiasm that man has got it is admirable. It really is. The enthusiasm he's got with these kids, just to try to get them to learn, to educate them. I do doff my cap to the guy. It really is admirable. But look, I'm going to run around now and just have a little chat with some of them. Just have a chat with some of the guys here, yeah, we'll go around some of the booths, just have a chat with some of them, just see how they find it. Because, like I say, it's very far removed from my day. So we'll have a chat with them, see what we get up to. Actually, just before I go into one of those, before I collar one of them, these are some of the empty booths. It's a similar sort of thing. You've got your booth, your fuse board. The stuff's all, the principle is the same. It hasn't changed. Just the way that I think it's taught has changed. But it's all the same stuff. You've got your switches, fuse board. That sounds silly, but it's the same. They've just modernised it and updated it. But it's really interesting to see. And newer stuff we didn't have, like the new style, the new fast clamps for water, you know, for your bonding and stuff. Just really cool stuff. Because we didn't have that. That was you had the ones you see me use. I mean, these are really cool, but it's just good to see. It's interesting to see how they do it now. Let me collar one of these students. Just run me through a little bit of what you're doing.
Basically, we're wiring an A1 ring harness.
All right.
in 20mm black PVC conduit.
And what you've done all this is what? So you get given just a bare booth.
Yeah, then we have to we have the measurements. No, not that. No, it's not.
Yeah. But you get given a little chart and you just follow it.
Yeah, you have to measure it out, get the right consumer unit. It's that.
Yeah.
Circuit there. The ones around there, and then we have to bend the conduit and originally on this, I wouldn't really expect to go like that sort of thing. Normally people just go straight up and to the side.
Yeah, the easiest way forward, yeah. All right, well look, I'm going to head round and have a little chat with somebody else. We'll catch up a little later on.
All right, cheers.
All right, take care, boss. See you in a bit, mate. Man, some of the test equipment these guys have got, and they've just got it to learn. We had the stuff we had when I was doing my training. Honestly, they were like these old Robin wind-up meters. I mean, they were proper old dogs, you know. This stuff, I mean, they've got just the latest tech, you know. I mean, all right, there might be newer meters than this now, but even just to have a beautiful mega like this, you know, as just test equipment just to use here to play around with. We didn't have any of this. It was the wind-up Robin meters. You had to wind it up to charge it, and then you press the button. That was how we did it. And you didn't have the multimeters. You had the 3 meters. You had your 3 separate meters. That's how it was done. So really, you know, how far the training has come on in such a short time. You know, it's incredible. And how are you finding this course? How are you actually finding it? Just as was this something you always wanted to get into, and it was like, yeah, boom, 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 got to do it, or was this just sort of something you?
I've never been sure what I wanted to do. It's just my brother's an electrician.
All right. And what, you just got it from? You just got it from him?
Yeah, kind of. I've always been somewhat interested in being an electrician.
Brilliant. Oh look, I'll leave you to it. Thanks for the time, boss. Take care, mate.
See ya.
I mean, I don't fit Crabtree very often.
They're all the same.
But they are all the same as though.
AC RCDs rather than A-type ones, which give you the protection. When you look at the list of the things the A-type do, so we're talking about LCD TVs, AC to DC, we're talking about the Xbox, the PlayStation, all those, they suggest that this RCD will only do things like immersion heaters, cookers, tungsten
just the
filament
average
lamps,
every day.
which doesn't exist anymore. The second you put an LED light in, LED light's got a driver, the driver's changing it, so of course the RCDs that are this style, which is the AC type, are no good, and we're looking for the double wave as such on here to be the A-type RCDs.
The thing is though, how can you can't learn that stuff overnight? Do you know what I mean? How can you learn that on a fast? On a fast course? How do you even begin to comprehend?
Goes back to that 5-day domestic.
Yeah. How do even possibly? You can't. I don't see how it's.
You don't. And it's using the literature that's out there. We love Codebreaker, Napit's book, The Codebreaker. There's a whole section that explains all your RCDs and their functions, etc. It takes 15 minutes to read the 2 pages, and as qualified electricians, you absorb the information, you think, we're moving on. The problem is when we get those 5-day domestic installers, they're going to be looking for boards at 60 quid, and they ignoring what's in it. You know, might even ignore the size of the type of breaker. I've been to domestic dwellings before where someone's fitted all C-type breakers because that's what they had. Yeah. And you think, really?
But this is what we're competing against. You know, this is just the trade we're in now, and it's just trying to compete against it. You know.
But show me as soon as you can. So as we did before, melted board, brand new board, all the discussion we'd have in our classroom. Yeah, cool. So this you'll never see. This is the joint in the road. Bringing your PME in. So we've got the line conductor, combined neutral earth. That's going into domestic dwelling, but we've got it wrapped on both sides of the combined neutral earth. So if you lost it from this side clamp, you'd actually also be clamped here. The learner was really gracious and put both an aluminium one on with the protector, so we didn't have the dissimilar metals, and then obviously we had one made of brass. So we got that brought in from a student, and all of a sudden earthing arrangements become realistic, don't they? And I always say in my videos, I'm still behind the curve, and I'm trying desperately to get the latest LED lights.
To keep up with it.
Yeah, I'm on Hive control systems. But I should have, because obviously that's what they'll be fitting when they get out of there. We still talk about as rewirable fuses and all the way up, you know. There we go, so that links into torque screwdrivers, their importance when we have those brought into us, you know, and it goes back to the consumer, etc. Here's one for you. So the dreaded mineral insulated.
Bit of MI.
Yeah, so the 7-core. I used to make them years and years ago when I was teaching, used to make them make a 7-core off. It wasn't in the syllabus, just so you could have that moment of this ain't easy. Hence the trade is the the way it is that we're at that sort of level where we should be able to make off 7-core mineral insulated cables, etc. So it's really good. Yeah. Polymer insulators, we know they're glass and ceramic, don't we? So now we've moved on, so I managed to get hold of some of those. So we're looking at those being self-cleaning, like the glass and ceramic ones, but obviously not glass now, plastic. Joe loves to use his camera over the top of his matrix style board so he can show signs and principles come alive, because it's okay to show them switches, sockets, etc. And it's how do you make the electron theory, magnetism, principles of a motor come alive, and the panel boards he's got at the moment have been absolutely amazing.
That is really cool. We had a blackboard. How far it's cut, it's incredible.
Did it roll round? Because my one did. They rolled it.
Yeah.
So Joe, what are you up to?
Just what's it? Putting a socket onto that.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let's impress Thomas with the blue conductor is called. Okay, the neutral in a very quiet voice. The brown conductor is called. And the green and yellow one definitely is not called an earth. It's called a CPC. It's called a CPC. That might be new to the people in the industry there, aren't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I always call it a CPC on the chat. Always call it
CPC as well.
I always call it Earth.
Oh.
It is CPC though.
Is that live? What do you call it?
That one?
Yeah.
Line.
Yeah.
Line.
Okay.
Yeah, because I always call it line in the videos. Always.
Yeah. They're the bits that make me smile when they come back and go, he calls it the Earth, Gaz. You're wrong. I had somebody say that to me. They come back, you must be wrong because Thomas has said it's called Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's really good. Well done. Okay. Just keep going.
Good to meet you, mate. Take care, pal.
What up to, Lewis?
Just wiring, put my cables in.
Okay, so what do we call that in fix-wise? Is that the first or the second fix?
First.
Okay, and what size cables have you been using?
2.5 millimetres squared.
Okay, millimetres squared. Well done for completing off, because you know I would have said, wouldn't I? I would have gone, what? Yeah. Okay, well done. Excellent. So what are we ready to do now? So it looks like we've almost finished, so what are we up to now?
Strip the cables and then start to fix my twin plug on.
Okay, fine.
But those are like the little plans they get, and they just follow those.
Yeah, we adapt them slightly. So again, if you use the dimensions that we use, it was a lot smaller, believe it or not. So to make it the absolute limit it can be, we've tried to make it, because when you test it, there's no resistance. Because unless we've invented resistive-free cable, which means I will be a multi-billionaire when you're on Ireland, and when they come back to me and say, I've measured the R1 plus R2 and during the continuity test, I got 0. I'm like, how rich are we going to be? Yeah, we've got resistive-free cable. So yeah, they're working pairs, wind it in, and then we've got the spurred socket on it. So A1 ring final circuit serves the floor area of?
100 metres square.
How many socket outlets can you have in that area? Unlimited. And what's the additional socket off it called? Okay, and the circuit is additionally protected by what device?
RCD.
Rated at how many milliamps?
30.
He knows his stuff.
Come through, you've done second year though, haven't you? So we crushed all that in the first year, didn't we? Yeah, absolutely crushed it.
Blimey.
And how pleased are we to have him? He's in the group that went, we never get Thomas to come.
I'm here, mate. Good effort. So we're almost at the end of the day. A lot of the students have they've gone home, so the electrical lot are almost about to go. I've just come out to get a bottle of water quickly, but I've said it once already. But I mean, I thought I had ambition. I mean that Gary, he is next level stuff. Seriously, he's got so much ambition, and just you just like wham! It's just so much. So I'm big hats off to him. The ambition he's got trying to teach those kids. Good luck to him. You know, he deserves to do well. I hope he does. I really hope. I hope people notice it, because I think teachers like him really are few and far between. I'm not just saying that because I'm here. I didn't get that when I was in an apprenticeship, when I was learning. I got none of that. So it's really interesting. It's nice to see it. So anyway, let me go and get a bottle of water. I'll see you in a sec. All right, end of the day. Haven't had a lot of time to get through every single person here because there's just not enough time in the day, but it's been really interesting, and it's actually good to see a different perspective of how the industry's come on in such a short space of time. Big thank you to Gary from GSH Electrical. Big pleasure being here today. Hope you've enjoyed this content. We would ask you to please subscribe. Subscribe! Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in a week. Take care.